research shows that they're really the worst at it, because our focus and attention is limited. And so when you start parceling that out between 2, 3, 4, and 5 different activities at the same time, you're not able to fully focus on any one. And so it really increases a lot of the errors and may take the task even longer. Put your phone away. I heard Jay Boggess say that. He talked about multitasking and phones, so he's right on it. So you need to put your phone away. At any given time, the research shows that we look at our phones from 150 to 200 times a day, and that really interrupts our work and interrupts what we're doing and how we're feeling. Reduce the amount of time on screens altogether, and limit your social media and news, especially if you're feeling stressed. But what I think is the most important part is really scheduling blank space for intentional thinking, just blank space, that you have time, that you don't have to, nothing scheduled, where you can just start thinking. It'll increase your attention, your creativity, and will reduce stress. So, some tools and strategies. And what I loved was that our previous leaders talked about these. So Mike Burke, our superintendent, talked about spending time outside. He gets up, he goes for a walk with his puppy, and he goes out on his boat, and that's the way he recharges. And what a great example. Research says spending time in nature recharges our brain and improves our resiliency. And he's a good model for that. The second thing is exercise. Physical activity is approximately equal to the effect of taking antidepressants or anxiety medications. So that is incredibly powerful. And you only need, it starts with a minimum of 10 minutes. You could do it by walking. So just 10 minutes of movement makes a significant difference. We always set up these really high goals. Just start little. Just start out. Keith Oswald was great. He said that's how he deals with stress. He bikes and he swims. Sleep. 40% of adults get less than the recommended hours of sleep, and that sleep is, we're looking at 7 to 8 hours. So we need to get sleep. Insomnia affects 30% of the population, and it's related to a whole bunch of different health problems. That could be a whole presentation there. The other thing is to meditate, and we always think of meditation as just sitting there quietly and trying to sit still and think of nothing, which is hard. It's hard for a lot of people unless you practice it. So what I suggest, if you're not good at sitting still, is that you can do a walking meditation, and that is just start walking. Just walk and look and put one foot in front of the other, and just clear your mind, and it can be extremely helpful. Music without lyrics can increase attention and reduce stress as much as 65%. And then I think it was Keith Oswald as well who talked about eating. And eating has a direct link from what we eat to how we feel. So be mindful of what you eat. And sometimes we like that treat, and then sometimes we don't feel so good afterwards. So think about that. So I want you to think, like, what is it that you will do? And I put the kids there because children are so much better at this than us. What is it that you'll do that you can commit to moving forward? Any one of these things, as little as 10 minutes a day, 3 minutes a day, if you're just doing breathing, what can you do to make yourself feel better? And you can put that in the chat. So this is we are talking about leadership and teams. So I wanted to talk about stress and managing your team. Workplace stress has been identified as the #1 source of stress in most people's lives. Think about it, and that was before COVID, okay? This is before COVID. Add that to COVID, and we're all fearful for our health, and we're fearful for our families, and we're, lots of unexpected, lots of changes. Things are happening constantly at work that we have to keep up with. It can lead to illness, absence, lower productivity, and it costs billions of dollars each year in the United States with lost productivity. The negative consequence of stress is so powerful that the World Health Organization declared it a worldwide epidemic. Again, this was before COVID. But research says that there's no one size that fits all when reducing employee stress and working with your team. So I do have a couple of suggestions. So one is be a role model. Emotions are contagious, and we saw that with Jay Bogus. His enthusiasm was contagious. I saw what was going on in the chat box. Everyone was excited. He was able to energize us. Those emotions were contagious, even in this digital platform. So how great is that? Research also tells us that we can only focus on 3 to 5 things at any given time. So you want to set that out for yourself and for your team. Set priorities so they can focus their energy. Probably number 3 is a big one. Big one for me is to space deadlines. Everything cannot be an emergency. We can't have an emergency every little bit. They do come up. We do have to rise to the occasion. We do have to work extra. We do have to meet deadlines. But as a leader, try and space those deadlines for your team so that you're not stressing them out. Also, especially during COVID, adjust your expectations, pick your battles, and if nothing else, if you're having an interaction that's difficult, give grace to others. Just give grace during this time. Another great way to work with your teams is to encourage workplace wellness. That's yoga, mindfulness, movement, walking, fitness tracker challenges. We had a walking group prior to COVID that we're going to start up again, especially as it gets a little bit cooler, but we would actually have walking meetings, and we really enjoyed those. And then encourage social activity and reconnection when able. Well, I heard Diane Wyatt talk about this and what she does with her teams. We've done a lot of activities. We try and have some fun, and we were able to celebrate birthdays on some of our teams, online with signs and balloons and all of that. So that was something to look forward to, and it was fun. And then create that time and space for thinking, planning, and breaks. You'll be amazed at what your team can do. If you give them some free rein and some space in which to do that, they will surprise and amaze you. I know my team does. So build that in for your team as you go on. And then have fun, laugh, be positive. I heard lots of positivity, and I love that. So, these are just some things that I think that you can implement and help out and reduce the stress of your team and make yourself feel better. And then finally, this is the Department of Behavioral and Mental Health. We have 3 messages that we are getting out to anyone who will listen to us. One is about mental health and our ability, that it is our ability to live fully, engage with others, and respond to challenges. We want that definition to go far and wide so people understand what mental health is. Our second message is it's okay to be okay, it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to ask for help. And our third, if you can help us get this out to the community, to families, to everyone in Palm Beach County, is that schools have highly trained and skilled professionals in place to support student mental health. So when people are asking, please refer them to their school. We have teams at schools and a whole department behind them, and our theme is connecting the mind and heart for student success. So please get the word out for us, and I appreciate the time and your attention. I know we're a little bit over, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Mary Claire. Such goodness. We're going to ask you to share your presentation with us. We're going to ask everyone to share their presentations because we've already had some requests in the chat box for your presentation, and it contained really great information. We are going to start to wrap up this session, but before we do so, we do have a few more things to share with you. We're going to table the performance management session until the 24th. Yes, September 24th, we have our second DLA event, and so we're super excited about that, and we will include the performance management piece in that. Now we're going to move into our sponsor highlight. We have really just been very lucky to work with the EXP Realty team Chad, Hanna, and Shari Roberts are here with us today, and we're going to talk to us a little bit about their programs, but first, there's a video they want you to see. It will be helpful if everyone turns off their camera at this point for the video. We'll turn it over to Mr. Hanna and Ms. Roberts.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, and thank you so much for having us. That video there is a result of the photos that were provided to us by your leadership in different departments. And what we have communicated along the way is that we are a part of your schools and your organization and leadership's path to what all of your needs are. Our role is simply to be here and be agile and to see what your individualized needs are and then create a wonderful story as an outcome to that. So there's no specific process of protocol that we come into these meetings with. For example, when we went to one of the brunches that your organization held, it's really about meeting all of you, and when we convey our role or the role that we're grateful to be here to be part of, we're conveying your heart stories, because no one cares to hear about a speech. They care to hear about heart stories. They care to hear about making homes for one another and making it fit your economics, making it fit your geographies of where your work is in relation to where your home is, and what lifestyle you want for yourself and your family to surround your home sweet home. So to be part of these meetings with your leadership is really just it's a privilege to us, because when you conduct any job you do with a passion, you're actually enjoying your life. So everything that your PowerPoint just preceded us with, I believe her name was Kimberly that was speaking before, that's almost I would have to say it's a way of life. I can speak personally, and I know that Shari is just a wonderful point of contact for everybody. That phone number that's on the screen right now is her personal number, and she takes leadership in bringing one of the agents that are within our team. We have a team of 100 that go from Miami to Orlando and beyond into North Florida. Of course, we do go across state lines, but our specific team is that type of region. And she knows which personality is going to match up into what your needs are, where your geographies are, and then working with the teammates within our organization that are going to suit all of your needs. So there's a very personal touch to what we do. And what we try to always do is to speak about Shari always calls me in the morning and in the afternoon. This is part of our general dialogue that we have. And she tells me what experiences she's having with what conversations that she's holding. And I look to apply a lot of what your PowerPoint was preceding our speech to wonder, where am I in my mind to be open-minded and open-hearted to hear that story, and who are the people behind that story, and how can I offer input to helping that story come to life. It's much different as a team lead than it is to be on the ground. And as a leader, you are inspiring those that are within your organization to be the voice of calm and the voice of reason and the voice of guidance to those that are engaging us to help them with their housing. So while we talk a little bit about housing, I think that just by seeing real estate on the tile, that tells its own story. I just want to make sure that our heart story came across in any time that we have a platform to speak in your environment on. Shari, of course, is here, and I know she's actually had beautiful conversations with some of the teachers or interns along the way, and we're so glad that we're now expanding into your actual administrative side of your organizations to help people that are already local and to be able to help in those capacities as well as helping people relocate into the state for other various programs. So Shari, if you just want to share a little bit on a couple of those fun conversations you've held and how that just gives us the feel-good feelings.
Yeah, just real quick, thanks for having us, guys. I know you're extremely busy. Before we even lose sight of it, it's so funny. I was watching the previous speaker, and number one, to relieve stress, everybody needs to have a chat. Okay, my hair is always on fire, and I am the second in command for the team of 105, and I have to keep them calm, just like you're saying. But when it comes to me, I call Chad and go crazy pants, and he calms me down because Chad is very zen. But then he goes, "You're venting." I'm like, "Oh, thank goodness." So I decompress with Chad, and then I'm able to face my team of 105 and actually be the voice of reason. That's my role. I make sure that all of the documentation is compliant, that we're doing everything we possibly can, and especially in a market like this, that we sell your house for the highest we possibly can, and that if we represent the buyer, that we have the best offer. So I've combined my master's in teaching with real estate because I couldn't get rid of either one. And my agents have told me that our offers have been accepted over 15 others because our contracts are perfect. And that is my role, to have the cleanest, most compliant, most competitive contract possible. So that stuff I geek out on and love to hear about all the new laws. But the best thing is the relationships. And when the district has given us brand new people relocating, they're nervous. They're moving into a new place. They're going to a new school. And Chad has created a sort of like a introduction pamphlet to make them feel good about moving here. And just like he said, we want to hear everyone's story, add to it, and make sure that everyone's transition is smooth, no matter if you live here already, you're relocating, and all those things. So we would love to help you. We're also on the West Coast too. We're everywhere. So if anyone needs our help, or anyone even just wants to talk or ask about real estate or a question, or ask me how I said, it's so funny with my real estate agents, I feel like I'm an RA at a frat house. So I know some of you probably feel like that, trying to herd all your kittens and chickens, but it's a challenge. But we have a fantastic system. So thank you for having us here. And we really hope to hear or see you in the future. And if there's anything you need at all, even just a question about what's going on, please feel free to contact either one of us. And thank you, Katrina.
Yes, Shari, thank you for being here. We have her down to like the last few minutes, and the last minute. And we really want everyone to stay with us for this best next part. So Shari and Chad, in our communications, I asked you to give us 4 numbers. Oh, Chad, what are your numbers?
Okay, so 33,
Okay.
77, 121,
121,
and 197.
197. All right. So Chad, be thinking of another number. I'm going to pop up the winners onto our screen. So give me 1 second. All right. So Chad, you said 33. And I'm spinning here. Stick with us, people. We have giveaways. So number 33, Tom Solansky. Wait, no, that's 13. Well, hold on, Tom. Wait.
I see April on the screen waving her hands. Yay.
Hey, thank you. I like the Fancy Academy.
April, which number were you? 33?
I think so, yes. I was just too excited. I heard my name.
Yes, she was.
All right, so April's a winner. What about our others? Tom should definitely get one. So Tom's a winner. That means we have
Katrina,
two more.
good morning, everyone. Katrina, this is your time. I thought I heard my name, but
You
maybe-
did?
Oh, okay.
You did. You heard your name, and we are
Thank
waiting
you.
for two more. So, while we're waiting, we're just going to keep moving forward. We want to remind, oh, no, hold on. Just remind you of a couple of things that are, stop it. More than one way to skin a cat. Kevin already posted the events that we have planned for the rest of the year, or some of the events that we currently have planned. We're continuing to talk about other events. So please, please, please be prepared to be with us again for September 24th. We have a leadership panel. We already have commitments from David Atwell, Edwin, Michelle Fleming, Vonda Daniels. It's going to be awesome. Also, keep in mind that October 15th is the technology conference. Please, please, please join the technology conference. And now, our optimistic closing, because we cannot walk away without an optimistic closing. Give us one takeaway from today's session. It is 11:03. We're 3 minutes over, but we thank you so much for sticking with us. For our prize winners, send me a quick email. I'll tell you how to pick up your prize. To Chad and to Shari, thank you so much for being a part of this event and for providing our winners with gift cards. To the entire DLA team, you guys rock. It's just awesome. That's simply awesome. All the nuggets that we received today and just hearing from our leaders, super, super duper excited for September 24th. I am going to stop talking now. 5 minutes over. We do apologize. I am so good. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day, everyone. Thanks again. So we were just having a meeting with the Palm Beach schools for the opportunity to provide housing amongst our team in the field and those that are in need of any of their housing. Have a great day. This is Chad Hanna with the Reach Estate team of eXp Realty.